Sunday morning. It's early in the morning, so you know it's your Sunday morning, early morning show, and welcome. I'm your host. I'm back. You know my name because it's my channel name, so remember, I'm the uncreative guy. Couple shout outs. Let's just start with that right away. I have special shout out to Trey Garrow, Garrow, Trey Garrow. You are number 800 subscribers, and you win, wow, I'll send you an autograph, but that sucks. You win my respect, that's it. No, thank you very much for that. 801 was David Newton, and David Newton has a channel. And I was unaware of this, but he's been entering some contest videos. He has just 55 subscribers. David, I subscribed back to your channel. I look forward to looking at these contest videos, so thank you. There's another new channel I want to call out. She has a total of 9 subscribers. And that seems a little light. She's a nice gal. Gotten into record collecting about a year ago. Just showed a Zombies box set. For those of you that love the Zombies, and that is like 1 billion of you. Well, I only have 800 subscribers, so that's 750 of you watching this right now. The name of the channel is Physical Media Junkie, and the gal, the young lady that has this channel, her name is Amanda. Amanda, Physical Media Junkie. Check it out. I think you might like what you see. She's out there. She's passionate about her music. And that's what we like. We like passion. Isn't it? Makes it more fun. Alright, this week I didn't really buy any vinyl. But I bought books and CDs. Bought some really great world music CDs. I'll have to show those on one of these days. I mean, some of this stuff blew me away. I'm driving, around, and it's like, God, that's good stuff. But look at this neat book. Chitlin Circuit and the Road to Rock and Roll. For those in Europe, the Chitlin Circuit, it's what African Americans had to do when they went down south. It was special places that they could go, special things where they could, concert venues that they could go to. It starts with when they created the Chitlin Circuits in the 1930s, and then it goes right on up through it. So it's the history. Does that not look like a great read? And it has a barbecue joint. Yeah, oh man, I love my barbecue. So pretty cool stuff. And Mozart, Vienna. So this is about Mozart between 1781 and 1791 in Vienna. I have not read anything of Mozart. Here's what I know of Mozart. I watched Amadeus. I have a lot of his music, but I can't tell you a lot about him, but I watched Amadeus. So I'm an expert on Mozart because of Amadeus. Maybe we'll get a little bit more out of this thing. It's a little thicker, but I'm kind of excited about that. And I haven't opened this yet, but I will. Just got this from my local guy. It was an older record store day thing, but it was Sex Pistols singles on there. 5 singles on that. The Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. One of my all-time favorite groups. Looking forward to, well, I got all the songs, but it was just kind of cool to get the 45s. If you can't take money with you when you die, might as well just spend it on vinyl, There, I'm going to give it to my kids. I'm going to give them vinyl instead of money. I think that's much better. Don't you think? I think everyone on this channel would agree with that. All right, well, let's get into some music today. Got this in. This just came out a couple weeks ago. I've had it for a couple weeks. It's Dream Syndicate. These times, they just put this thing out. The Dream Syndicate, they started in 1982, and they went from 1982 to 1988. And their first album was called Day of Wine and Roses. And, during the 80s, they had the psychedelic revival, the Paisley Underground movement. Day of Wine and Roses is a seminal album. It's just one of those that you should have. I mean, it is so good. Blows me away. And I just found I only had it on CD. I thought I had it in vinyl form. God bless it. I will correct that extremely fast. So this thing came out. So, all right, so Dream Syndicate blew up in 1988. The lead singer of it, Steve Wynn, not the guy who owns all the hotels out in Vegas, but he wanted to go solo. He kind of wanted to get away from this stuff, so he did. And from 90 to 2014, he was solo. Well, actually in 2012, he was still doing his solo thing, but he began to put Dream Syndicate back together again, and he had a few of the original members. So since 2012, they have been producing some new music, and it's very much on the same vein that their other stuff was. If you're unfamiliar with Dream Syndicate, it's like taking the Velvet Underground and you put them together with television. Steve Wynn, his vocals have a real kind of a talk sing similar to Lou Reed and Michael Stipe. What I find interesting about this band is when they go to record, everything's done as an instrumental. They think conceptually as an instrumental. Then they go back and they layer on the vocals based upon the music that they already put out. So, you know, most songs are written, hey, here's the lyrics, and we're going to build the music around it. They build the music and then add the lyrics to it. Really, this was a great listen to. If you're a fan of Dream Syndicate, you will like this. Yeah, you really will. And I'll play a track because it's not banned yet. What the hey? And I think you'll like it. Really excited about this one. It's another Max Richter, and this is, he takes Vivaldi and the Four Seasons and he recomposes it, and it's what's playing in the background. I wanted to play you a snippet, but it's banned in 283 countries from being played. I'm pretty sure I could play it, all subscribers in Liechtenstein, Azerbaijan, and maybe, I don't know, Belize could listen to it. Everyone else, you wouldn't get to hear it. So, Max Richter, neoclassical composer, I've talked about him a lot lately because I am in love with his music. And so he took one of the classic symphonies, there's Vivaldi's The Four Seasons, and he tossed out 75% of it. Now, for those of you that are watching that are good at math, that means he kept about 25% of the notes. And he does what he does best. He takes that. So he took that 25% and began to loop it back and forth. Vivaldi would never do a loop. You know, it was always something different, always moving forward. Max Richter is big within the looping, and then he adds in the electronics. You know, it's incredibly beautiful music. I have been playing this. You know, you get a download free from Amazon. And in the morning as I'm reading, this is on constantly, and it blows my mind. The violinist is Daniel Hope. The Berlin Symphony Orchestra plays on this, and then Richter plays the Moog. So you have this beautiful violin playing, you have the orchestra behind there, and underneath this Moog comes up, and the music just circles back and forth, and it builds. Again, it's kind of what a lot of the electronic music did. You know, Moby was big on building his music that way. And so it's a 2-album set. It's on vinyl, pretty neat there. I'm just in love with it. So I hope you can hear it in the background. Okay, maybe it's too loud, but really classical music for the 21st century. Truly beautiful. All right, but how about a little soul here? This came in maybe a month or so ago. Finally get around to showing it. Duran Jones and the Indicators, Indications. Duran Jones and the Indications, American Love Call. comes on a... This was the limited one, so it had vinyl. Otherwise, you can get it, it comes in black. And it had a... Look at that. This isn't one of those little cheap-ass posters. You got a nice big poster in there. I think that's really good. You have the lyrics on the other side. Well, nicely done. This is from Coal Mine Records. So it's soul and funk. Duran Jones, sax player, and you know, he went to Indiana University to get his grad degree. And Indiana University, they have a thing called the Soul Review that you can join. It's a group. Obviously, they play soul music. Well, he got to, you know, he became friends with some of the other people in the Soul Review, and they formed a group, Duran Groom. A group. Hey, you saw what time I get up. You know it's early. Duran Jones and the Indications, you know, they formed this group. And they began making the soul music, and this is his second album. Now, his first album was a little more horn. It was kind of Wilson Pickett type. This is Benny King type. It's softer, a little more strings. There's songs about love and songs about heartbreak. I'm going to play you one. The very first one's called "Morning in America," and it's spelled morning as in good morning. But the song, the lyrics are about mourning, like sadness, what's happening. And, you know, with the drugs and people working hard for not much pay and what they have to do to get by. It's really, I mean, the lyrics just, they hit you on this thing. And I'm not a lyric guy, but it made me pay attention. So it's a little softer side. He still has his horns in that. But again, more Benny King than Wilson Pickett on this one. I'm delighted. Coal Mine Records continues to put out great soul. Here's a classic example of it. Is there a download card in there? Hey, I do. All right. If interested, I got a download card. In your comments, just put down, "Hey, Steve, give me that download." And whoever's the first one to do it, you got one. Well, look at this. I got a download card for Vivaldi's Four Seasons. If interested, put in your comments, "Hey Steve, give me that," and I will do it. I'm the channel that keeps on giving. That's it. Give, give, give. It's good. My computer has no room. How am I going to download it? I got the album anyway. Let's get into something a little bit more though. The Monks, Bad Habit. Have I heard of the Monks? No, I hadn't. But it was standing in line on record store day. The line was really long, and this was on the wall. I'm a guy, okay? I just saw, wow, look at that. Even at age 6, you go, wow, look at that. What the hey is that about? So I decided to buy it with zero idea what this is about. So the Monks, they were from 1979 to 1982. They were 3 former members of the group Strawbs, and they started. They had this. They made a single, and the single was called "Nice Legs, Shame About Her Face." Oh God, can you imagine that one coming out now? Oh man, hey, that's a great one, man. But "Nice Legs, Shame About Her Face," and you know, they're from England, and it came out, people liked it, so they decided to do an album on it. You know, kind of a punk album. Well, the British punks said, nah, you guys aren't really punks, so we're not falling for your crap, and they didn't like it. And it did do, you know, it sold in Britain, but didn't do that well. But Canada, oh my God, Canada's going 2 thumbs up, baby. We love these guys. And it did quite well in Canada. So it did so well, in fact, they did another album. And they only released their second album in Canada. I believe this one went double platinum in Canada, though. In the U.S., I hadn't heard of it, and when I put this on Facebook, I don't know who this is. All my Canadian friends goes, oh man, that's the Monks. Everyone seemed to know about it. But it's all about the album artwork catching you. So it's kind of new wave, pop, rock, pop punk, I should say. New wave, pop punk. That's fun to say, pop punk. Say that all day, pop punk, pop punk. It was great. I enjoyed it, and catchy album cover. And yeah, I think I can. No, I can't play this. Can you believe this? I can't play a sample of that. It was banned in 7 countries, one of them being the U.S. What the heck? Only 7. The U.S. is one of them. Well, there goes 95% of the viewership. Holy smokes. All right. Roy Ayers and Fela Kuti. And this is Record Store Day. Rainbow vinyl. It's kind of a subdued rainbow. I don't think that would be a happy rainbow, but still, it's neat there. Fela Kuti, talked about a number of times. Probably saying his name wrong, but that's okay. From Africa, from Nigeria. Just makes incredible music, the Afrobeat. Roy Ayers, though, he was born in 1940. And at age 5, his parents gave him a set of vibraphone mallets for Christmas. He didn't get the vibraphones, they just gave him the mallets. Now, if you had brothers and sisters and you're at age 5 and you were given some mallets, is that a wise choice? I know if I had been giving them, all hell would break loose, and I would be using those mallets, but probably not in a good way. But they gave him those, so hey, that's okay. It's his parents. Well, he became a bebop sideman, especially in the early '60s, going from group to group. And in 1966, he got up with the flutist Herbie Mann and became part of his group more full-time. And then he went out on his own and did his own things. He's one of the pioneers of jazz funk, really was a key figure in that, and the acid jazz movement. Well, he wound up in the 70s. He went to Nigeria for 6 weeks and met up with Fela Kuti. And so, they did some stuff. And one of the things they did was the song Music of Many Colors. And so what this is one side is Roy Ayers taking the lead, and the other side is Fela Kuti taking the lead. And you can see all the different players on this thing. So they have a lot of people doing a lot of different stuffs. I mean, we got congas, saxes, trumps, guitars, different 2 bass guitars. It's an incredible thing. This was one of my must-haves on Record Store Day. Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff. This was a must-have just because it had Fela. God bless that. Hey, it's how I pronounce it. Live with it. Love this album to death. I was so happy with it. So great stuff. How about some jazz? This was neat. Kenny Dorham had a Blue Note. This is one of these Blue Note reissues. It's really nice. They come in a nice little sleeve there as they're reissuing this stuff. And this is called Afro-Cuban. Kenny Dorham, his really name's McKinley Howard Dorham. Born in 1924, passed away in 1972. He was from Texas. Jazz trumpeter. He was a singer and a composer, so he kind of did all kinds of stuff. He was really big in the bebop movement. One of the bigger trumpeters in the bebop movement. Well, he joined. He was one of the original members of Alex Blakely's. Not Alex Blakely. At the time, he was one of the original members of the Jazz Messengers. One of the original messengers. God bless it. Wow. He was one of the original players of the Jazz Messengers. And Then Art Blakey came and took charge, and he wound up leaving and did his own group. Well, this is the second album that he made, and this is a bona fide classic. It is of the bebop movement. If you want a really humdinger of an album, this is the one. On it, he has, Kenny Dorham plays trumpet, Hank Mobley's on tenor sax, Cecil Payne's on baritone, Horace Silver's on piano, Percy Heath on bass, and Art Blakey plays drums. And what's really neat is on side one, he has Carlos Potato Valdez plays the congas. Your nickname's Potato. Could you not get it? I guess potato's not a vegetable, right? Potato's a legume, if I believe, which to me is just the stupidest thing. I count potato as a vegetable, so I can say I eat my vegetables because I ate my potato, but it's a legume. But potato? Wow, that sucks. Just kind of go, can't you do something better? But so side one, he plays, there's the conga on there, and it just has this great African beat type sound going on. Then side two's more traditional. But Lotus Flowers on here and the Villa's on here, two really big jazz classics. Blown away by this album. I was so delighted with this thing. It sounded great. I'm sure the original would be like super duper cool, but I'm just happy to have this thing. So if you're looking for something kind of neat, a real classic, especially if you're interested in trumpet and Kenny Dorham, this would be the one to get. You can find it cheaply on Amazon. Hello Stranger. Goodbye. Name of the group is Hello Stranger. You probably haven't heard of this group because Discogs hasn't even heard of this group. Maybe there is something in there now. The label, this is Hello Stranger, and see it's blacked out. The blackout has an address on there. I was looking at my magnifying light to look in there. It's out of Loveland, Ohio, which is where Coal Mine Records at. But this is from the 80s. And this album was made in 1987. And I could find absolutely nothing about this group, but this is what I will tell you about it. It's really, really good. Think Green on Red from the mid-80s. It's that kind of that movement that was going on, more of that alt rock, but with a little bit of that country tinge to it. It was such a fun listen. I mean, it was a blind buy. I had no idea. I don't even know. Maybe it was just her soulful looking eyes that caught me to do this. I just thought, this looks neat. It's from the mid-80s. I know I liked a lot of that stuff on there. Mark McCauley on drums, Joe Potosky bass. Who knows? I don't know any of them. There's a Hammond organ. I don't know. It was produced in New Haven, Connecticut, but the address in there's out of Loveland, Colorado. If you've heard of this group, I'd be interested what you know of them. I just never have, but it was really, really good. I think Green on Red, I think Driving and Crying, that kind of stuff in the mid-80s. Before Dylan at Noble Records picked it up. I got Led Zeppelin bootleg. I can't believe I found one. I thought Dylan from Noble Records owned every Led Zeppelin bootleg that was ever made, and I got one. And I'm kind of excited about that. Oh, no thing. Actually, I got this at my local record store, I think by way of Bill Young from Michigan Record Club. Had a nice conversation with him yesterday. He was feeling pretty good. Called me up. He's trying to do videos out there. Again, if you haven't, take a look at his channel, Michigan Record Club, Bill Young. Great guy. He's battling all kinds of issues and health issues, and with the cancer, it really makes it tough. You know, he's exhausted all the time, but it was great to spend time talking with him. Well, this is a bootleg from music from 69 to 70. So, you know, it has Black Dog on here, You Shook Me, Communication Breakdown, Stairway to Heaven. Just a lot of great stuff. You know, the sound quality is not bad at all on it either. You know, some bootlegs are awful. This one isn't too bad. So it's just exciting to get. Yeah, I really, really like Led Zeppelin a lot. It is a favorite group, and I know some don't. Randall Weaver, I know you don't like him. It's okay, because I like you. I think you're great. But this fun album, really enjoyed it. Happy to get that. All right, we got a twofer here. First aid kit. Okay, this is the very first first aid kit. This was the EP, and it was titled, what's it titled? Drunken Trees. Isn't that a fun name? Drunken Trees. And then we have this first aid kit, Big Black and the Blue. So first aid kit are two nice ladies from Sweden. There is Johanna Soldenberg. She was born in 1990. Look at that white vinyl. And Clara Soldenberg. She was born in 1993, I believe. And they're born in the suburbs of Stockholm. They became known by YouTube. They gained international fame because on YouTube they had a video. They were performing the Fleet Foxes. It's on this one here. Tiger Mountain Peasant Song. So Tiger Mountain Peasant Song hit YouTube really big in the aughts, and it gave them international acclaim. So Clara, she, the younger one, she was really, she got into Bright Eyes in the aughts, and that led her into country music and a love for country music. Then there was Johanna. She was more into German industrial music and Britney Spears. Why not? You what? I like both of them, so did Johanna. She wound up watching Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, the movie, and there was a song on there, Down to the River and Pray. And that caught her attention, and it was like this whole thing that changed her. I go down to the river to pray, talking about the good Lord, take me away. Oh, sister, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sister, let's go down to the river to pray. It is a great song, and it's done much better than by me, but I couldn't resist because I like that song. Well, that got her interested in country too, so these guys, as sisters, you know, they came from a musical family. They took that one song that was really big, and they had some other songs that they had out on one of those little musical sites. I don't remember what it's called, but they put together this EP, and it's really folk music. It's beautiful folk music. So this one came out here in 2008. That was the first one. You know, just think about that. 2008. 18, and one's 18 years old, and the other one is 15 years old. Their first real album came out in 2010. Their father produced this one also. Father produced both of these. This one there's a song on here, and I'll play a track on that called Ghost Town. And Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes knew that they were fans of his, so he had them come down to the Austin city limits, and they have this festival that was going on, and they were one of the opening acts, and they played Ghost Town. And they said when they were done, the audience was silent. They were just stunned. Their vocals are just, they're incredible. They vocalize so well together. They play their instruments in a beautiful way. I mean, it really is. It's like country folk. Truly like these guys. I've been finding their stuff on vinyl lately. You know, I had it all on CD, so I'm just upgrading. So super happy to get this stuff. And I'll play Ghost World on here. I think you'll enjoy it. Really nice track.
For you, got so many
Well, there we have it, everyone. Long one again, as usual. I was long-winded. Sorry about that. I seem to apologize every week for that as I work to keep it under 20 minutes. Off to Omaha again this week to see my mother. I'm going to spend the week with her, help her through. She's doing great. I appreciate all the well wishes. She went to one thing of physical therapy. Physical therapist looked at her and go, well, why? You don't need to come back anymore. She's supposed to go for like 12 times. So goes once and you're good. Bye. So good for her. 89 years old, and she did it. So positive thinking. She'll be on for many, many years, probably outlive me. Thank you, everyone, as usual, for subscribing to the channel, for not unsubscribing me. Hey, I appreciate that too. It's like you go up two, down one, it doesn't matter, you know. It's nice to be over 800, working to get 1,000. We'll do a contest. Got their contest entry this week, and James Griffith had a great one. So I got a couple more videos coming up. Thank you, as always, for watching. Really do appreciate it. Have a great day.